Easter brunches are pretty popular, and we'll talk about a couple of great wines to go with it. But first, I noticed a couple of new products that I want to know more about. Thankfully, Mike Ward is here with all the details. We're talking about tequila, and it seems to be growing in popularity. What's behind that? It's time to shine?
Yeah, and I love bringing in new products, and these are so new, and that's why I had to bring in a coworker expert of mine. So tequila is just really popular right now. Everybody is drinking tequila, interested in it. Tequilas are better made than they've ever been, and they're great for cocktails, of course, and the evolution is that is you can drink tequila on its own. You don't have to make it into a cocktail. So we're going to talk about some flavored tequilas that we're going to talk about in a minute that everybody's going to want. But they're brand new.
So new that we might not see them on the shelves yet?
Well, I'm going to need everybody to just give us a little leverage to wait for these to get in. They're in a few places now, but they're coming soon. Coming to a dirt cheap near you soon.
Well, let's talk about Hornitos. They have a new cucumber habanero. Key and Still, you work with Mike Ward. And is this something that is going to spice up a margarita, or is the cucumber habanero something that you're supposed to drink on the rocks?
I mean, you have the option of doing both. The cucumber habanero is going to be really nice and refreshing. You get a little bit of spice out of it from the habanero, but it's not overly spicy. So you can put it in your standard margarita recipes. Or you can just put it in your freezer and just enjoy it as is.
Yeah, that sounds kind of fantastic. And that's just one of the new flavors. They also have a tequila that is pineapple flavored. Yeah. That sounds like a fun one. And same kind of thing. Should it go in a drink or drink it as is?
I mean, I'm going to give you the same rules on this one. Pineapple's a great flavor. A lot of people are making their own pineapple things this year. Hornitos is not falling behind. So you get a good pineapple flavor out of it, but you still get that really nice base of Hornitos tequila, which is 100% Blue Weber agave. It's fantastic tequila.
If somebody is new to Hornitos, is it fall in the middle of the pack as far as price points?
As far as price points, it's a very affordable tequila, but it's got a lot of quality behind it. So I wouldn't say it's low end by any means, but it's definitely affordable.
Yeah.
That cucumber habanero tequila would go great in a Bloody Maria.
It sure would.
Yeah, the tequila version of the Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
And those things, you put all the stuff in it that you could possibly get, that would be a perfect place to get extra spice.
I agree. And that's not the only new product that we're going to see. On the Rocks is a great option if you just want to grab something and pop it open and drink it, because all of the mixing has been done for you. And On the Rocks sparkling margarita cans now?
Yep. So if you want to go to the store and you want to grab something and then drink responsibly, please. It is ready to drink, so you just pop open the can and you're good to go. The On the Rocks brand is known for being something that you're going to put on the rocks and dilute it a little bit. This is going to be ready to drink straight out of the can.
That's fantastic, especially as we get closer to summer. I'm thinking about a float trip, on the river, and you just kind of reach your hand down in the cooler and pop it open.
That's the design behind it. Just get something that's quick and easy that you can grab and have fun with your friends at your parties.
Yeah.
Is the jalapeno pineapple margarita on the rocks, is that new or has that been around?
That's been around for a little over a year, but it's definitely something that we still want people to get excited about. And as you see more and more of these flavored tequilas hitting the market, it's a really good time to make the pineapple habanero shine.
Yeah, the straight margarita one I have. I have them in the refrigerator at home. They're unbelievable. They're the go-to. But this jalapeno pineapple looks really interesting.
It's a great way to get people excited about tequila again. So yeah, I'm very happy with it.
And Mike, you always say, just to make it a little more fun, you have your On the Rocks, and then maybe add the garnishes that you like. Maybe put the lime on the side of the margarita glass or whatever it is that you want to do with it.
Yeah, and you have these really well-made cocktails with really good ingredients and a really high-end premium tequila. And then, don't forget about those garnishes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Kean, because he's a coworker of mine. He's a brand manager for the Beam portfolio in our company. He is he's got a lot of certifications, like he just passed his certified bourbon professional
nice.
certification, which very few people in Missouri have.
Kian.
And he's also, he's my go-to for mixology. So if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you, what are you feeling on, the other ingredients for these on the rocks and also the garnishes, and tell me kind of how you approach that.
So as far as making your own cocktails at home, I always tell people to use fresh ingredients. If you're going to spend the money on the base liquor, you want to spend the money on your juices. Make sure you're using good sweeteners. Agave nectar is great. Honey is great. But then also make sure you're taking care of your ice, right?
Oh,
so make sure you're freezing.
That is kind of the key.
Right. Take care of your
it
ice.
as crystal clear as possible. What do you really want to...
I just make sure that there's nothing to get involved with it. So when I put it in the freezer, I make sure it's nice and covered. Otherwise, the other flavors in your freezer will get into your ice.
Oh.
So if you're ever wondering why your drinks taste a little weird at home, maybe it's time to throw out that old bag of peas.
Really?
I've had that problem. And it was with an old refrigerator, and maybe the filter on it, on the water wasn't working or whatever.
That never crossed my mind.
Musty ice. It's the worst taste ever. 'Cause
And-
at first, you don't know where it's coming from. I thought it was the glass.
I guess that is true. How many different flavors does On the Rocks now have?
Oh man, even as the brand specialist over here, it's
There's
getting,
a lot.
It's getting up there. So we came out with the strawberry daiquiri last year, and that's been a big hit for us. I'm still a big fan of the original classics, like the old fashioned Manhattan. Yes, we have a Cosmo. So we really got stuff out there for everyone. So if you're looking for one of your favorite styles of cocktails, On the Rocks has got something for you.
Well, the On the Rocks is great. And I'll tell you a story. We had a party last summer, and my wife was a bartender for years, so she's tasked with making the drinks. Everybody wanted a margarita, and then everybody wanted a strawberry daiquiri, and then at the end of the night, everybody wanted an espresso martini. She was shaking, drinks all night. I never saw her, because she was in the kitchen making drinks all night. With On the Rocks, these are pre-made. They're ready to go. You just literally pour them out over ice, and it's done, and you can get back to the party.
Yeah.
Or the guests can pour their own drinks.
Yeah, no, every guest there is a bartender, so you made it easy for everyone.
Somebody on our text line is wondering, are the On the Rocks drinks foolproof?
On the Rocks are 20% alcohol. So when you put them on ice, they'll be right around the same alcohol percentage that you would normally find in a cocktail that you'd find in a bar or a restaurant.
Got it.
So yes, you definitely want to dilute them because they're designed to be on the rocks.
Love that. Let's go back to brunch for a second, because a lot of people do ham. What wine pairs well with the typical Easter kind of brunch lunch of ham?
It's one of my favorite wine pairing holidays.
Really?
Because you can do so much. You've got so many different side dishes, and ham is a fun type of entree to pair wine with. You can do Pinot Noir if you want. Of course, you know what I always say. You can't just have one.
No, you got to open them all,
on the
right?
table. You can have whites. You can have reds. You can do something sweet. You can have a Riesling out there available for those people that like sweet. You're not going to be that far off. Chardonnay or Pinot Grigio even, or a nice lighter white. But you think about, there are some wines that are favorites that maybe wouldn't work with everything. Cabernet Sauvignon, I love it. It's one of our favorites, but it's going to probably overpower some of the side dishes and probably be too much for ham. So, but a lot of people maybe are barbecuing, or they're going to have something else. Certainly for brunch, you can think about mimosas and get a good Prosecco.
Maybe a tequila sunrise, since we're talking about tequilas and hornitos over there. Yeah.
Bloody Marias.
That too.
What a great option for
We're actually
brunch.
going to do crab legs and shrimp. What goes well with that?
Okay, well, what I'm going to tell you is probably Chardonnay with the crab legs, but are you a Chardonnay fan?
I do like Chardonnay, and
Okay.
especially, dipping the butter in the crab, or the crab in the butter, whichever way you like it, kind of like the cream in the coffee or the coffee in the cream. What are you pairing it with? Are you pairing it with the actual crab meat? Or are you pairing it with the butter that is being dipped in?
Well, we always look at the base ingredient and then the additives to it. So if you're adding some butter or something like that, well, then now you have to do something a little bit different with your wine pairing. But I would tell you, the Chardonnay is a good idea, but also think about sparkling wine. So it's a great holiday for Prosecco or champagne. Now, champagne, you don't want to pour orange juice in it, I don't think.
No.
But having a nice champagne with that the crab legs,
That's
try
the
it.
way to go.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, Mike and Kian, thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate you guys introducing us to some brand new products that you'll be seeing on the shelves very, very soon. Of course, there's all kinds of On the Rocks already out there that you can find wherever you buy your drinks. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you. Thank you. Thanks for having us on.